It's another Thar map. With ultimates this time. Getting some bomber pirouettes in right before the bell. That's what I like to see. Blue team. Deploying the now familiar ultimate Bucky rush. Right out of the gate. As we get things underway. Jojo trying to get some infantries all up in that southern outpost. Did he drop a fucking dude, like, right on top of... Okay, there it is. Samuelman and Gear Shark both tag teaming those jackals. Epic gamage. Damage. Well, both. Goes neutral. Paranoiac. Tries to get rid of those creeps, and I think... Well, we're lagging just a shade. Yeah. Stays neutral. Jojo continuing to try and get it. Although, even if he does get it, I mean, with 3 T-99 sitting right there, it's not going to stay that way for very long. Corey putting in some work on this southwestern factory. In fact, pretty much has it cleared out. Ready to run some creeps in. Hopefully the green team doesn't backdoor him and get infantry in after he cleared out the neutrals, as we saw in the last Thar game that I called. Up in the northeast, green making a reciprocal capture, or actually beating blue to the punch. As they get their dudes in and grab that shit up. A little bit of incoming flak for the blue team. Let's see. You want to take bets on whether it's headed for the base or it's headed for the... It looks like it's just headed for here. Jack Commander parking a Bucky. And in fairly short order, that should be able to neutralize Green's outpost. That is not inconsiderable. Green is not going to like it when they have to deal with this. Fairly even split for the most part. I believe a 3-4 in Green's favor, but just slightly in Green's favor. Garlic bread with a grinder on that eastern outpost. Yeah, okay, it does make sense given the T-99 presence there. My mistake, I didn't mean to question it. I didn't mean to question it, dude. Don't take it personally. Man, I would be taking this personally right now if I was Green. This is going to be nothing nice. I'm taking this lag that I'm experiencing personally. We are at a pretty foul frame rate of 7 at the moment. And it seems to be following us wherever the fuck we go. Blue decides that now is the time to start running those Buckies in. And it's kind of a segmented Bucky line. Maybe this is what's doing it? God damn. Well, short work is made of Green's mid-map presence. It looks like those Buckies are programmed to plow right past this, head straight for that front door. If they're allowed to do it, pobrecito. That is going to be a whole big bag of not good for green. But look at this. They got them Goliaths ready. Only a minute into a quarter, so this must be hyper. Good God, that is a lot of smoke. I wonder if this is just for me or if everybody else is experiencing this. Damn, this is at a crawl, and it has been for the whole match. Anyway, that was pretty much all that Blue had, at least at that moment. Corey with $100,000 friggin' dollars could get to making some units. Horns, really anything would be fine. Oh, here we go. Looks like we're back to something approaching normalcy, frame rate wise. But for how long? Green decides to answer that Bucky rush with an old-fashioned Goliath push. And what's doing that to? Oh, it's here we go. Actually, decent damage on that blue base. Meanwhile, this thing hits midfield and hits a bit of a stumbling block in the form of a ton of Buckies and Goliaths. And damn, that whole line just getting chewed right up. Blue not really taking much loss at all. And it looks like that push is going to get snapped off about as cleanly as a push could be, especially considering the size of it. And the quality. Absolutely destroyed. I don't think that Blue lost a single Goliath there. Again, if they did take losses, they weren't severe ones. And immediately going for the counter-strike. Ultimate, yeah. Very insightful commentary right there. That is just a lot of projectiles flying. And it looks like we've got a bit of a rhythm established here where a push gets made and then a counter push immediately gets thrown back. JoJo gets some harassment in on Blue. And they're down to about half, if a little bit more than half. They will get most of it back in about a minute. And for Corey, it's not going to be such a big deal that they don't get the credits, because he's sitting on 94,000 of them. Oh, wow. We're just... Oh, my God. We're almost at 30 frames all of a sudden. Maybe not having 8,000 units on the field and blowing smoke might have something to do with it. Green getting a little more damage in there right before that halftime bell goes off. Oh, peep game on this. No, not him. This guy. ripping on into it. And it looks like Corey is going to try and get ill in just about a second. Takes down Samuelman in an unusual display of dogfighting prowess from the Warthog. I don't know. If it's me, I'm just kind of popping right in there and hitting it with ground damage. He does have 2 levels on spray fire. But still, that only gives him 65. And is he going to get away? He does. Neither Samuelman nor JoJo decides to chase him down. Still 4-3 on possessions. Although the usual eastern outpost that Blue would often have in a situation like that, traded off for this southwestern factory. Maybe not the optimal spot to drop a Bucky, ultimate or otherwise. It's gonna have a hard time getting base damage in under these circumstances. Just thinking aloud. Samuelman getting some Goliaths ready, and oh, very nice, blocking them off with the ultimate money makers, corralling these shits up and getting ready to unleash them at a moment's notice. Yeah, this is one distinct advantage that Green does have, is that they've got this near outpost. And it's a shorter hop than my laggy camera scroll would have you believe. But yeah, that's not a lot of distance for that tank push to cover. Looks like he's trying to queue up at least one more before he pulls the trigger on this. Corey and JoJo duke it out for the Southwest. JoJo snagging that shit up with authority only a moment ago, or a few moments ago. That was in Blue's hands. Now Green has got it like they've always had it. Is this the turning point in the match? It's a strange smattering of units in a weird location. What do you think? It's there to harass anybody who tries flying out of here? I'm trying to attribute some sort of strategy to this. Regardless. Samuelman. With a solid 10 fucking Goliaths ready to roll. Actually, they might not all be right there, but a couple more. He ain't hurting for Goliaths is basically what you can draw from all this. Gives a bit of a sweep to the surrounding area. Oh, I see. And it looks like they're all selling their gold for cash to make this Goliath push truly all that it can be. That is not what you want to be on the receiving end of, as Blue will be in about a minute. They do have no shortage of Goliaths themselves. I don't know. They might be waiting for the right moment to counter push with those. But then again, I mean, these are so fucking slow that it's not like they're going to be able to stop this push and then strike back at Green with one of their own. Now, without the benefit of ultimate Bucky's, drilling them up from a distance, kind of like what we saw before, this tank line is not going down quite as easily as the earlier one that Green tried to unleash did. But still, ooh, they're getting those shots in, and that front door damage making it go down awfully quick. Samuelman issuing the good game, qualifying it with a maybe. And Blue just barely survives right there. Oh, wait, more damage being done? Oh, look at this. JoJo trying to finish it off. Oh my God is right. Samuelman looking to put that final nail in. And it really will only take one. I'm not sure if corralling them up with these money makers like this and massing up a whole ton of them is really all that necessary. They will be a good game soon. I mean, really just popping one Goliath or maybe two right here will do the trick. In fact, it would be better to do it now rather than give Blue a chance to just completely wall this off. Which, I mean, isn't going to give them a chance to win really at all, particularly given Green's fairly solid insulation against any rushes coming or drops coming from the Blue team. But still, yeah, as you can see, Blue kind of filling in these gaps, leaving one right in the last spot where I would leave them. And there you have it. That Bucky kind of didn't go down right. It looks like it's like preserved in ice or something. Like, well, anyway, now it's going to be a lot harder for Green to finish this off. Or is it? Blue now down to just a sliver? Like one hit point left? Samuelman sends him in through the front. At first, Goliath takes a dive. And one shot is all it's gonna... One shot from anything. They could breathe on this fortress and it would explode. Like, if an Osprey just parked right here and took one shot, that would do it. It wasn't that much of a rush. I have to agree with Jack Commander on this. And now Blue just having completely walled it off. Quite proud of themselves. Green basically controlling all of it at this point. In fact, I don't think Blue actually possesses anything anymore. Indeed, all the expansions either neutral or green at this point. My God. That is... What's my take a picture button? It might be that. It might not. That is really something else. I guess the reasoning here being that if a Goliath push didn't work, maybe a Longhorn push will. They've only got to get that one sliver in. That'll do it. Or at least it would if they were programmed to hit the base, which I don't believe they were. As you saw this one Longhorn swivel its turret over to hit this Bucky. So he didn't do the Y drop on it. Which... kind of a necessary component to a base strike. Especially one where it's like this tiny sliver of health left. Oh, oh. It is? Well, bleed off or no bleed off. I'm not seeing Blue taking this down at all. Green now with every single expansion on the map. Corey with the $100,000, and JoJo also maxed out on money. A Sam Rush? Is that what's going to bring this to its close? Green busting out the artillery. And no small amount thereof. They are not there. That's right. I watch online games to correct people's grammar. You will really have to forgive me for the frame rate that has been plaguing this entire... What the hell was this? Looks like that outpost switching hands a few times. That is a whole heck of a lot of rockets. Samuelman goes for the only tactic that has borne any fruit thus far in terms of getting damage on that blue base. Any amount will do. Garlic bread. Trying to get that flyby in, and it ain't happening. Looks like they've left a bit of an opening here at the anus of the blue base. Oh, and check this out. Blue, I guess, deciding that it's a ripe moment to make a push of their own. Putting all their chips in the middle as they send these Buckies, Longhorns, and Goliaths in. Green, wait. Indeed they are. We'll see how effective it is with ratchets. Garlic bread gets blown up. Telling you, sons, these ultimate Buckies don't play. And now Green, they just got to get that one shot in. In fact, Joe probably could have hit the ground right there, taken one shot, and closed this thing out. See, the thing is, Green has not committed all of their forces to these offensive attacks. They still got this, and yeah, I mean, even if Blue had been able to reach it with that tank push, there would have been all sorts of issues there. Well played on both sides. Shitty frame rate on my side. And a fun time had by all. And those are some nasty point totals.